Hey guys, welcome to my channel and welcome back if you're returning. It's Fiery Moon and I'm here to do the general weekly collective reading. This is going to be, for all signs. So you guys know, just take what resonates and leave the rest. And being that this is a weekly, this one will also have a podcast episode which will be linked in the description box, and you can check the about tab for the different platforms that the podcast is available on. um Listen, I don't know, what I was sitting here, just trying to figure out, like, what the energy is. And as you guys can see, I have a couple different decks out, but it's because, like, I feel like the energy is like very like vibrant and lively. So I was drawn to like my most colorful decks for this reading, um for this week. So I know, a lot of it I had been feeling for the past 2 days, Venus and Taurus, but we did just have um Mercury move into Aries today. It is the 19th as I am recording, but you guys know time as well as the energy is fluid depending on, where you are and how you're choosing to work through the energy. So with that being said, we're gonna, jump right in. We currently have a Pisces stellium. The sun is going to move into Aries on the 20th, and then the new moon will be on the 21st. So if you were able to check out my nightcap reading, the last one that I did, it was basically like, alerting us to the shift happening. So this will be, being that we are moving into Aries season, this is the start of the astrological new year. And I know for me personally, being an Aries moon, this is, the beginning of my yearly moon cycle. So we're going to see what messages need to come through. I'm going to be starting out with the empowering questions. I also have the Prism Oracle. Then I have the Lustrous Tarot, and the guidance or advice is going to come from the Wisdom of the Oracle. So let's see what's going on for the collective as it pertains to the current energy. Because the only thing, well, we just had Mercury, like I said, going into Aries, but Jupiter's been here for a while. So some of you, may be feeling like, it feels like a kid, like in a candy store. Like, that's what I feel like with this energy right now. Because it almost, especially with Venus being the feminine energy and it being home in Taurus, like I've even noticed, like I've been wanting to like eat a lot, because, it deals with, food and, comfort and like the finer things in life. I know, like, for me, it's coming through as food, and I want to eat everything, but I have been, just moderating myself. Like, I just want, good food and good times and good people and good vibes. So, some of you may be feeling that as well, but with the Aries energy, it's that fun, it's that playful energy. It's almost giving me like, the Page of Wands energy, and it's exciting. Like, you're ready to just go and do, and like, so that's what I'm feeling. Let's see. Because I will say, as a water sign, I have mostly fire in my chart, or, a lot of fire placements, and it's Aries energy. So that, could be why I'm feeling it so magnetized, but it's, I'm a part of the collective. So if you have a lot of Aries energy, you could be feeling that as well. So let's see what messages of guidance, healing, truth, love, wisdom, acceptance, understanding as well as protection do we need as it pertains to the energy for this week? And also just watch out, like it's okay to indulge, but watch out for overindulging. Like I said, I noticed like for me, like I wanna, it's coming through for me by way of food, which is not an issue for me, but I just want to eat like constantly. But like I've been moderating and tempering that urge that to do so. So let's get an empowering question to see what's going on for this week. One more. All right. So the bottom of the deck was, or it says, what was I intended to do in this life? So, as always with these empowering questions, these could be questions that, you could have, ask yourself. You may need to ask yourself, or you may want to, ponder upon. What were you intended to do in this life? And what that makes me feel like is some of you, as always with these cards, you could be questioning, like your purpose or, what you're here to do. It could be something as, simple as, and I feel like this is like the most simplest thing. And really the answer to the question for everybody, but take it how it resonates, is what you were intended to do in this life was to come here and be an individual, which as we're stepping into Aries season, the Aries is, the first zodiac sign. It's the cardinal fire. It's the individual energy. It's the self. So with this energy coming in, some of you may be questioning, and like I said, for the majority of us, it's we came here to be our individual selves, no matter what it may look like or how it may be perceived by others. We came here to be ourselves, to be an individual. So again, some of you, you may be questioning that at this time. And if so, it's something that you may need to ponder. Some of us have, gifts and talents. Some of us, some of you may, like, I even feel like you may know what you came here to do. And it's almost like some of you are like trying to like shy away or pull away from that. Because now we have, what would happen if I didn't try to control my future? And this is making me feel like, that Emperor energy. Let me get one more. Because, what would you do if you surrendered control and just looking at these cards and just walked on the path that felt right for you? It's, like they say, the path is straight and narrow. And it's, it's truly for you. It's not for anybody else to get, nobody else to understand. What feels good to you at a soul, emotional, physical, mental, practical level? Like what feels good? So, some of us come from, places and upbringings where, you have to, like, or you're guided to, follow in the footsteps of someone else. And it's like, I know at least, for me, it's like, nah, you create your own way. And it's okay. Like, so some of you, could be, trying to, control a situation, but your purpose and your destiny, at least the way that I see it, is like you don't have any control over it. You can try to, postpone it. You can try to walk away from it. You can try to step back. You can try to, avoid it. But you're going to do and fulfill whatever it is that you came here to do before, we leave this physical body. And it is hard, something that's hard to accept, because I begged and pleaded. Once I found out, what my purpose, was. And, I came here to be, a vessel or intermediary or, between the earth and, spirit and, us being here. Like, and before I actually knew consciously what I was, supposed to do. I was already doing it. But I think it was like once I became conscious of that, it took me aback. But, acceptance is the first thing. All right. So then we have, if this was my last day, would I be satisfied with my life? What would I have done differently? And, this goes to, right along with what I was already saying, because if today was, my last day, I would be satisfied. Like, even if I can say now, now knowing what I know, I would be satisfied. But that may not be the case for some of you. Like, I came here and I did my best. But what I do know is I was me the whole time. I came here and I was the individual that I felt that was true to me in my heart and in my core and in my soul. So I don't think there was anything that I would even do differently, because it got me here and doing this, with y'all. So I don't regret it. I learned how to embrace it, which, again, I say it's not easy. It's not easy. But I would be satisfied. The only, if there was anything that I would be unsatisfied with is, the time, I have a daughter, so I would never want to, leave her on this earth without me, but I don't have any control over that. And I know, or at least I feel, well, no, I know and feel that what I've given her outside of, physical and material things, that she'd be okay. And I'm okay with that. Because it was actually, in my experience, it was my daughter who, she is an Aries, who came in and told me, like, she showed me the way. So, it goes both ways. So let's get a Prism Oracle on here and just see what comes out for the collective. But, some of you, you may want, or some of you may have even asked yourself, or are like, it almost makes me feel like you're reflecting on things you may have done differently, or even on why you feel like you have to control something, so it almost feels meticulously, like, because that kind of, in a way, when you try to control something, like, and overdo it, it steals your joy, because you're so busy trying to make sure something is this way or looks a certain way, like, you don't have time to enjoy it. Like, I said to one of my friends, just not this past weekend, but last weekend, we were talking, and, I ended up, staying over her house, and while we were there, I was just, observing, because that's not something that I do often, but we had a little shindig, and, I ended up staying the night over, because I was like, I'm not going to drive, home 2, 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm not going to do that. I'll just stay here. But, I was like, oh my God, like, I was like, ooh, girl, if you was ever to move, you have so much stuff. I said, you would have to, it would take you a while to, get all this stuff together. But I said, but you know what? I said, at least your house looks lived in. Because I've always been, and this is just me personally, like, like people's houses, they be like, oh, like, it looks almost staged. And I'm not talking about, like, whether people are clean or dirty. It's a little bit deeper than that. It's like, people have these immaculate dining rooms or immaculate living rooms, but no one can go in there. Or you can't, like, you have this table set, but nobody eats at it. And it's like, so is this something that you're doing for you, or is it for an image that you're trying to portray? Like, I don't want to go to somebody's house and feel like I'm in an open house, or, like, that's an uncomfortable feeling to me. I want, to go, if I go to anyone's house, like I want to like see that you live like a person. Like I don't like houses like that make me feel like, you know, there's an image that is trying to be kept up. And imagine like how that wears on you mentally if you're the one that's, you know, constantly like, oh, you gotta take that off. Oh, if somebody spills something, you're constantly like trying to, you know, clean up. Or like, granted, to each his own, but that to me is like you're trying to portray something that you're not. And I don't know if you know, if you understand it. I mean, if you get it, you get it. And if not, well, obviously it's just not for you. But it always made me feel uncomfortable. Like, I don't even want to be here. This is supposed to be at home. Not like, again, like I say, an open house. Like, I don't like that feeling. It makes me uncomfortable. So let's get a Prism Oracle. And I'm sorry for the talking, y'all, but this is Mercury and Aries playing out through me right now. So, one more. All right, bottom of the deck we have Peace, which is like, you know, it's giving me the energy of like a Four of Swords. Yeah, like it's like someone is tired. Like, I don't know how to explain it. And it could be like you're however tired you are, mentally, physically, emotionally, it's because you're, like, I feel like the Ten of Wands, the Four of Swords and the Ten of Wands, like you're trying to uphold something that is just not you. But, you know, as the depiction of the Ten of Wands, you know, it's a lot. He's holding, you know, 10 wands, but it's also so that you can be, that's a card of control to me as well. It's like you're not trying to let one hair be out of place, one shoe be out of like, it's, that's too much. That mentally, like you're doing too much, and physically. But that's what I feel like. Yeah, someone is needing peace, because it almost feels like, you know, with this ghost, like you're just like, and I hate to say it like this, an empty vessel portraying this energy, but with like the confidence energy. And normally you would see this confidence card, you know, or I would, you know, see it as, you know, it should be one of the brightest colored cards in here, but it's letting me know like it's kind of what's hiding the, you know, and, or like it's shadow energy behind this confidence. Because then again, here's the space with, you know, it's just like, look at these cards, they're very neutral and dull, and just like there's no life, there's no life here. Like you're not living. Let me get one for the energy for the collective. And I'm sorry, like if I'm coming off a little harsh, but like I just got finished explaining to you guys, I have a lot of Aries energy, so it's gonna come out and it's just gonna be what it is. But this is it. This is, you know, it's fear. Is it fear of rejection or fear of being, you know, not accepted? And it's like, no, like, Spirit, calm me down, please. Pardon me, y'all, but sometimes I be having to, you know, rein my energy in, because it just, sometimes my mind just, you know, I have to almost like, it's not that I'm personalizing it, but I have to, you know, speak from experience in order to relay these messages. So, you know, I get it, but it's hard when you know, you don't work out of this energy, but I understand it. So this is like, I'm not judging anybody for being like this. The majority of the world is like this. So, you know, it is, you know, it's not any judgment, but it's just hard to understand Like, and it's not to say that I've never felt like this, but it was like as soon as I, realized I was feeling like this, or I wasn't being true to myself, like internally, it didn't feel right to me. So I'm not going to sit and, hold on to that energy. It's going to come out. 9 times out of 10, I'm going to communicate it because that's just me. With my Aries moon, it's coming out because I'm not holding it in. But I know for a lot of people it's not easy, and maybe you're not around or in the places around people, or the spaces where you feel comfortable enough to do that. But I had to create that comfort within myself. So can I get another one? Yes. Ugh. Spirit, thank you. Fear and surrender. Like, you have to. Like, and it's not like, how can I say this? Like, you're being looked at. Like, or, fear that you're going to be looked at a certain way, or fear that people are going to judge you, or that you won't be accepted. Honestly, so what? Even if you do receive, people that don't like it. Obviously, those are not your people. If people reject you, okay, then that's not your tribe. That's not your pack. It's okay. There's many other people. And, a lot of this plays out through the family and friends that we've had, or we've known all our lives. But that doesn't mean that they're good for you or that they want the best for you. I just watched a video on Instagram where a guy said, yo, I had to, start to, he was like, you want your family and the ones closest to you to support you. But he said oftentimes, or not even often, most times you find out that they don't, because those that are too close to the light get blinded by it. He said, so, I had to discern who was my family and who was we just related, and it's like, that's the energy that I'm feeling. Like, it hurts. I'm not going to say that it doesn't hurt, because it does. But are you going to let that stop you? And if so, like, why? Like, don't let it stop you. Come out of fear. Surrender this fear. Surrender to, God, spirit, the universe, whoever, you call on, and open up to this love. And this makes me feel like the Ace of Cups, which is self-love. It starts with you. You have to get over it. Because look what happens. And shout out to the sirens for confirmation. But with death, which, and growth here, it's almost like you'll transmute this energy, because death is a card of change and transformation. And really what I feel like with this is like, it's time for you to, it's almost like someone needs to have like an understanding, like, being on this planet and in this world, people make death feel like, there's only the physical version. No, there's a mental version, there's an emotional version, there is the physical version, like I said, which we're, mostly tied to. But death isn't, like I said, it's not just physical. You can change your mind. You can change the way you feel. That's a change. That's a death. Because you're putting death to one thing and bringing life to another. And it's time for, you or whoever, for someone to allow this change, allow this shift. Because what it makes me feel is like, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And like, again, don't get it trapped into just the physical sense. Look at this. Allow it. Flow. Let me put some tarot on here, because like I said, I know I've been talking, but I'm not one to rush my messages. So let's see what the tarot has to say. What messages do we need? I it pertains to the energy for this week surrounding the collective. What's going on? Alright, that feels good. Alright, so bottom of the deck we have the Six of Wands, which is, you know, an energy of going from, you know, they're saying chaos to calm, but that wasn't what I was gonna say. But it is the same thing, you know, getting over or heading towards more, you know, stable waters. Because what precedes the Five of Swords or the Six of Swords is the Five of Swords, which is, you know, it's chaos, it's competition, it's mental conflict. You know, it could be, you know, on a very low vibrational level, you know, like petty conflicts or, you know, the need to win, or, you know, it could also be ego. But it's time now, you know, especially with justice here, to, you know, move in a direction that's true to you, that's fair and just for you. Like, you know, it's your decision. And like I said, some of you, you know, you've been, you know, trying to, you know, avoid or combat this transition, or, you know, whatever it may be for you. Because it could, you know, be person, place, or thing, whatever situation or circumstance. But with the Seven of Wands, it's almost like you, through this process, you're learning how to, like, stand up for yourself. Some of you, like, I feel like the Seven of Wands is what you are perceiving is going to be, like, what you're going to be met with when you do this. And if so, okay. But don't let it keep you stuck. Because look, then we have the Sun, which is like, you know, it's like fighting for your happiness, fighting for what you believe in, fighting for your beliefs, whatever they are. Nobody can tell you that they're right or wrong because they're your beliefs. And the only thing you could do is, you know, by moving and, you know, moving in and going towards what it is that you believe, whatever it is. If it's right for you, it's right for everybody. You know? And then we have the, you know, Queen of Pentacles. And what this makes me feel like is right now, like I said, Venus is in Taurus. And for some of you, this is, you know, you getting, you know, in that feminine energy. Male or female, doesn't matter. But with the Queen of Pentacles here, it's like you have to get comfortable within yourself. The Queen of Pentacles is, you know, one of my favorite queens in this deck. Because she's, you know, she's practical, she's grounded, she's, you know, nurturing, caring, but she's also secure in self. And that's like, you know, like I said, she's just my favorite, or the energy rather, because it could be a man also, but the energy of the Queen of Pentacles is my favorite because she's not going to waver. She's going to, you know, she's had, you know, some experiences, but like I said, the main thing that I get from the Queen of Pentacles is that she's secure in self when, you know, she's of a high vibration. So for some of you, what this is saying is like you could also have, you know, someone who is like, how can I say that? Is like, resisting, especially with the Seven of Wands and the Sun here, they're almost like resisting their truth of, you know, expressing themselves to you. They're holding back. But the cards are saying like, no, you need to speak your truth. Speak your truth. Because it's almost like you light this person up. But you don't know that because, you know, you're so grounded and focused on yourself. You wouldn't know that. but they've been, you know, possibly trying to hold this back and like waiting for the right time to express this to you. Or for some of you, if you're in this energy and it doesn't involve another person, you're trying to, you know, see how much longer you can hold out, really. But the Wheel of Fortune here is here. The time is now. Look, followed by the Tower. And it's, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, it is going to hurt. This having a spiritual, you know, awakening or any type of spiritual experience is not easy. It's really not. It's gonna break you down, but the build up is like there is no words for it when that happens. So let's see what the tarot. Look, the King of Swords. Yeah, it's like you know this though. Like, come on. The King of Swords knows. What other messages do we need, Spirit, as it pertains to this energy and spread? What other messages do we need? Yeah. Oh, shoot. That was the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, the Eight of Cups. The Wheel of Fortune. Then we have the Two of Cups. For some of you, like I said, it is in regards to, you know, a person for you, however that's resonating with you. And like I said, it's like the King of not the King of Pentacles, the King of Swords is very, like, they're very intelligent, male or female, doesn't matter. But the masculine energy of the, you know, the King of Swords, and just to me, is someone, you know, they're very intelligent, but they're kind of like, they don't communicate, like weird, like they're silent, like very tight-lipped. Where, like me, you know, a lot of people, like, I'm a Queen of Swords all the way. Like, I'm gonna speak. But, you know, when I harness that energy, but it's almost like this person, like, they don't speak. They know, they're very aware. Like, I feel like this person, whoever this is, whether this is you or, you know, however it's resonating for you, they're very aware and they know it's time. Because the Eight of Cups here, you know, it's walking away from what no longer emotionally serves you. But it always leads to the 10. But what's in between the 8 and the 10? The 2. And someone is realizing, like, yo, hey, if I want to get this energy, it feels like the Ace of Cups, but, you know, after the 10, you get the Ace. But it's almost like now is the time to do it, to go for it. But there, you know, this fear and anxiety that they're feeling, you know, with these 2 9s here, the 9 of Swords and the 9 of Wands, it's like, it's really just an energy of, like, fear and the worst. And, you know, Spirit is trying to say, like, I feel like saying, like, child, just trust me. Just trust me. Because what you're not seeing is the Lovers on the other side of this. Once you get to the 10 and you let it go, look at what happens. Or even if this is just, you know, a process that is happening between yourself, you could be noticing, like, there's an imbalance between your masculine and feminine energy. But it's because, like, emotionally, you know, you've been restraining, you know, those feelings. It's like you've been pushing them down. So it's like you spend more time in your head than following or in your what your heart is trying to tell you. And this is that energy of control. It's like you're trying to control these feelings, and it's like, no, these feelings need to come out so that they can be let go of, and whatever, you know, get rid of what you don't need. but there's avoidance here. You don't want to look at them. With the 8, look, and we got 2 8s. We had 2 9s and 2 8s. 3 8s because of the strength card. So 8 might be important. 9 9. Oh shit, 4 8s. The 8 of Cups, like. So let's see. I'll say, tell me about the King of Swords. Yeah, and it's like they know what they want. We got the 6 of Wands. They know they want this new, opportunity, this new beginning. Look at this with the Ace of Pentacles, and then look, the Queen of Swords. This 2 Cups. So for some of you, it is a person, but for some of you, it's like you gotta get your masculine and feminine energy on board together. But it comes by way of, you can sit and think about it all day. You could sit and, harbor those feelings. But this new beginning isn't coming in until, you actually take the action. Now, if you're a feminine energy, I will be honest because it is here and I do see it. There is a masculine energy, whether male or female, who is, they know. And they want to, take some action to move forward. But it's almost like there is another person, this King of Wands, who acts. Like they don't second guess. They're gonna act. So for some of you, I feel like there may be even 2 people that's coming towards you, where you could have turned your back on this King of Swords energy if you're resonating as the feminine energy, and there's a King of Wands energy that they already have this in their sights. It's like you guys have the same vision with this person. And it's not to say that you're not a match to this person, but it's almost like the cards are even showing like there's still something that they need to let go of. And, now would be the time if this is what they really want, but, this 6 of Wands could also represent, ego for this person. Can I get one more? It's like because they want to be looked at a certain way. And that, I almost feel like it would be, their downfall if that's like the only reason why they're not taking any action. And it's like if this energy is all you, once you get your masculine and your feminine energy on board, it's like you're automatically gonna attract someone that is, they're gonna meet you, like, I don't like the term halfway, but it's like you're gonna be met with someone that, already took the action that needed to be taken. So it's like you're meeting, it's like, what's the word? Meeting your match, really. But it, it's like it's almost energetic and physically. And then we have the Queen of Wands, which I said, someone, this masculine energy here, they want to be looked at a certain way. With this Queen of Wands energy, because I feel like, and I say this all the times, and this is just my opinion as a reader, the Queen of Wands is the only queen that looks outside of herself in all of the, in the traditional depiction of this cards. The Queen of Cups is looking into her cup. The Queen of Swords has her sword front and center. And the Queen of Pentacles is, she's looking at her pentacle. But the Queen of Wands is always looking out for, like towards something or someone for like almost validation, it feels like. And this could be the energy between, this could be your masculine and your feminine energy. And it's like I said, you just want to be looked at a certain way. But it's like you're not going to attract anything that way. And especially not, someone that with this Three of Wands and this King of Wands, they're almost gonna look at you like it's almost like you're doing it wrong. Not to say that it's wrong, but it's almost like you're waiting on something to come in that's not coming. Like, again, like I said, it's just it makes me feel like someone is just, they're worried about how others are going to look at them. And it's like you may need to look at yourself from the outside looking in, so that maybe this perspective you can, find out how to match it. Like, you have to pick one. And I hate to say it like that, but either you're going to elevate your feminine energy to that Queen of Swords, or if you want to be in this King of Swords energy, it would have to, match that Queen of Wands energy. But I just feel like, someone is just wanting to be looked at a certain way. So it's like they can't, almost like they're not going to achieve this balance that they're actually looking for. So let's look at the Eight of Cups. Tell me about the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups. And for some of you, if you're already in a dynamic with someone, like possibly, a relationship or whatever, it's like you guys struggle over control because there's fear of, like, it's insecurity on both sides. So you guys fight over this Ace of Wands. Y'all both want to control it. And it's like, huh? Like, no. That's not going to work either, because what gets created is the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands and the Seven of Wands. Because from the 6 plus the wand from this queen would be the 5. Or the 7, excuse me. And then if you take away the wand, it's almost like, like you'll be at the 5. This masculine energy knows that. The feminine energy, if that's your dynamic, they're just wanting to feel like they're, number one, I guess. So we have the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, and again, this is like someone is just avoiding. They're trying to run away from what they know they need to walk away from. Like, if that makes sense. They're trying to run away from it emotionally, like they don't want to deal with this Knight of Wands, but they know they need to walk away from this energy because it's not serving them. But they're avoiding it. Again, confirmation with the Eight of Pentacles and the Eight of Swords, because it's almost like they got comfortable as this King of Swords or King of Pentacles. So it's almost like they stop even wanting to put in any effort into anything else as the Knight of Pentacles. So let's see. Tell me about the Wheel of Fortune. There's the Wheel of Fortune here. Yep. And, for someone, it feels like, like whoever, however this is resonating, no one wants to give up control. Because now we have the Emperor. They're afraid of, giving up this. It's not even real control, because it's like you're actually out of control. Looking at these cards, like, or at least the undertone is like someone that's out of control. Because you're trying to, either you're trying to prevent something, or, like, it really just feels like it's the ego. But this person is very stubborn. And if you're in a situation, it's two stubborn people together. But it's like, I believe I said it before in another video, like, no one wants to be able to, say uncle first. And it's like, but, so y'all want to stay in this conflict and chaos and resisting and opposing each other? Like, that doesn't make sense. Can I get one more for the Wheel of Fortune? Hangman reverse. Yeah, it's like someone is trying to, act like they don't see this perspective change. They're trying to act like, they don't really want this 10 of cups. Or, if this is a, someone that you're not with, this masculine energy, they're highly attracted to you. But it's like, for some of you, it's like you got your eyes, focused on something else. You're in almost like, if that's the case for you and you're not with this person, you're in receiving mode. But it's almost like you're someone, could be trying to, not show, how can I say this? They're trying to resist what it is that would make them happy. The 8, the 10, and the 2. Like, whether it's another person or just being balanced within themselves. But it's like they only have, the perspective, or, they're so used to this devil energy. They don't know how to look at this another way. So can I get one for the 2 of Cups? The 2 of Cups. Yeah, the Magician. But they want it. They want to, bring this in. They want to bring in, emotional balance. They want to move forward, but it's like they keep either they keep going back, or they keep reinvesting in something that's not healthy, with the 6 of Wands and the Devil, and it leaves them feeling like this. The 5 of Pentacles. But with this 8 of Wands, it's like, they want to manifest their way forward. For some of you, they could also be like trying to, manifest, communication. So you may be receiving messages from this person. Let me get one more. Yep, look. I mean, I don't even have to say anything. And then I say, if you're not with this person, let me be clear. You're in receiving mode. The Empress, feminine energy, receives. So you're in your respective energy. And they know, like, it's almost like they can't, like, they don't want to take their eyes off you. They like, I'm almost getting like looking at you, and they're highly attracted to you. But if this is someone that, that you're with in the situation, the way that I'm feeling it is like, the feminine energy is, they just, like, again, they do want to receive, but it's for to look apart, to be apart. An Empress doesn't have to do that. This is something that's natural. So for some of you, you could also be manifesting, wanting to manifest someone of a higher vibration. But if you want this person, you got to get rid of that, like the negative side of this masculine energy. You have to bring that Emperor energy into a more healthy balance. And for some of you, it is for a reconciliation, if that's the case for you. I'm going to just get one more here for this energy. Look, what did I say? It's a power struggle if you're with this person. And if like, again, if you're not with this person, this masculine energy is trying to, restrain their attraction to you. It's like they don't want to look at it. They don't want to look at it. Can you give me one for this fear? And it's almost like justice fell, but I'm going to put it back. Can I get one for fear for the collective? Yeah, it's like a fear of doing something different. This person is used to doing things, they want things to, stay the same, but there's no growth in there. Like, you're not growing. There is also almost like a fear, like, of being taken advantage of. because they've been through it so many times with the world. But you have to be, oh, I couldn't even get the words out of my mouth. You have to use your discernment. With the Page of Swords here, you have to use your discernment. Because, again, it's like once you know better, you do better. It's that simple. You have to look at this through like a new, like a fresh set of eyes, like a kid. Like, half of this stuff you don't even really have to explain to a kid. If a kid doesn't want to do something, they're not going to do it, no matter how many times you tell them. Because they move off of what they feel. They don't sit and ponder and do, like, a child is going to do something. You can warn them, but a child is going to have to learn, for themselves. Your mother could tell you the stove is hot 1,000,000 times, but you don't, you're not going to get it until you get burned. And it's like this person doesn't want to be burned. Like, they don't want to be, but it's almost like you're freaking singeing yourself by staying in something where you're constantly having to, fight to, keep up a perception or an image or, so you don't be looked at a certain way. And like I said, that shit is too much work. It's too much. And you waste your life. You waste so much time doing that. You came here and it like, I'm sorry that this is coming out like this, but it's coming out like this for a reason. You wasted your trip if this is the mentality and energy that you're going to be in. And if you're with somebody like that, y'all both, it's y'all wasted y'all time. Sorry to say it like that, but it is what it is. Because the one thing about, children as well, they're brutally honest. Brutally honest. I don't even know what to call this reading, but let's get the guidance or advice. Look at what I split the deck. And you know what? A quote came to me yesterday. And I don't know who said it, but, I remembered it and it came back up yesterday. And it was like, I want to say it was Harry Potter. Was it Dumbledore? And he said, those that don't seek power are the ones best fit to hold it. And when you really think about that, just truly think about it. If someone wants control over a person, place, or thing this bad, or a situation, they'll mismanage. They mismanage their own power. So you can't put, you can never be in a position where you're to lead others because it's like you want it too bad. So you'll end up doing anything, and that's not, no. A leader has to be smart. They have to be wise. They have to, go through some things to be that leader. And they have to also be able to lead others, but not into the, it's almost like, excuse me, spirit, I have to leave it there because it's a bit much. It's a bit much. So let's get the guidance or advice. Come on now. And this is saying that surrender the need to control. That card keeps falling. Surrender it. Because you know what would happen? Or, allow yourself to see what happens if you surrender. You didn't feel like you had to control everything. Or, a person or situation. See what happens. When you let go and do one of those, because that's what I be having to do sometimes, just, what do they say? The Serenity Prayer. God, grant me the courage to accept the things that I cannot change. Or how, I can't even think of it because, my mind is just, kind of blown from this energy right now. But the Serenity Prayer, that's what is coming up. Yes, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. One more. Alright, so yeah, bottom of the deck we have renewal. Again, it brings me to this energy here. There needs to be like an overhaul done. Yeah, because to bring in your happiness. And I want to say with renewal and joy, this is the same energy here at the bottom of these two decks. Love and I don't even know if I showed you. What gives me great joy? The bottom of the deck of the empowering question. It's the same energy. And it's like you gotta push through. You gotta push through. And, you know, with the impatience card, like, get rid of how you feel you're gonna be perceived, you know, how others are gonna look at you, whether you're gonna be rejected or accepted. Like, it's almost like, yeah, this is really like perfectionist energy. Like, you know, you're wanting to be perfect and it doesn't exist. And the confirmation is the trickery. That's the jig. The jig is up. Perfection does not exist. If you didn't know that already, that's what's holding you back and being stuck in this devil energy, because that's what the insecurity card is in this deck. Enlightenment. And it's almost like someone wants like the easy road, but it's like you're doing too much, and that's what the enlightenment is letting you know that you're doing too much. Enlightenment and workaholic, you're doing too much. So I'm gonna read this. Alright, so it says enlightenment. Ooh. And y'all, I've never read none of these cards, but I was guided to today. You guys know I read intuitively, but it says enlightenment. I guess it says topaz. It says, if I seek peace, I must embrace my fears. The legend. Topaz is a renowned spiritual teacher. People travel to hear his wisdom. He is journeying up a mountain to seek private counsel with the great servant when a young boy stops him. The boy asks, if enlightenment is to be found in my own mind, how do I get there? The moment before he disappears into the mist, Topaz replies through your fears. The inspiration. At this time, your journey is more important than your destination. Remember, if you face your fear, you will grow stronger. Relief awaits. If this is in regards to a personal inquiry, my thoughts always drive my choices. How can I use my thoughts to heal myself? The key ideas for this card is the path to enlightenment, the reluctant sage, taking time alone to connect, trusting your intuition, needing solitude, and time for reflection. And the key words are support, courage, and confidence. And there's a meditation that goes along with this, and it says, write down 3 fears, then close your eyes. Imagine these fears staying with you always. Then imagine them one by one, walking in faith alongside you. Stride through the garden of fear and allow them to stay behind. What is more painful, keeping your fears or releasing them? The choice is yours. And I'll read that workaholic card too, because, oh my God. Like, you know what? I feel like I should at least read these, but I like reading them intuitively, you know, before just reading it out of the book. But for the workaholic card, it says, Brad Blueberry. While I worked, my life happened. It says the legend, Brad Blueberry paints and paints. He has no time for anything other than perfecting his art. An elder Blueberry reminds Brad that one day he will be old and shriveled too, so he better live life to the fullest. Brad takes the advice and discovers that having fun enriches and sharpens his art. He finds out that life is what makes work valuable. The inspiration. Are you waiting to complete your career before you live your life? Busy work may be helping you hide from the real issues. The personal inquiry. Am I working too much and suffering from burnout? Is there something important that I'm avoiding doing? The key ideas. Feeling of inadequacy. A transformation is indicated. Not being fulfilled by work. Heeding warnings. Refreshing your mind to improve your work. Keywords: talent, fun, and friends. And then it says the meditation. Imagine completing something you are excited about. Now stretch your arms out. Become aware that you are floating on water. The water is at the perfect temperature and in harmony with your body. The lady in the lake is holding you. Feel yourself twirling freely and playing in this space. She invites you to relax into her. Enjoy. For some of you, there's a person that provides that for you. Now, whether it's another person, like in the midst of that, or, this is someone that, you're afraid of opening up to. That's what the Empress does. She provides that space for you to fall into her, because she's able to, provide that nurturing, that comfort, that care. This is Venus and Taurus all the way. And like I said, man, thank you, Spirit. I believe it at that, because I could sit here and go for days. But yeah, as always, I thank you guys for tuning in with me. Sending you all love and light. And I will see you guys on the next reading. All right? Later.